You are now listening to the podcast for geeks and the stuff they love, where each week we'll talk about everything from anime to movies, games, and prop collecting with the people who create and love it. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Vince.
I'm James.
And this is your Geek Fix.
We asked people about, how long ago? Month and a half? 2 months ago? To make, I guess it was 2 months ago, because it was when James and I were on. You guys can see everything I'm looking at here. Let's see. Let me open up my other file. Here we go. And you know, I've this first portion is almost dedicated. Actually, all these portions are dedicated to different people that are members of our channel, because I know that he thinks it's funny because I always get it wrong. Seelenslutz? There you go. I'm never going to get it that good. Actually followed through and made a song. I should have done the version where it actually showed the cover as well with it. I downloaded it instead. But this is the song.
Hobbies, a strange new thing. We are geeks on a mission to explore new things and new interests, to boldly show what noon has seen before.
Noon.
There you go. Got a little bit of Star Trek thing. Got a little bit of everything.
Do you know about the Noon meme?
The Noon meme?
Yeah. There was this guy called Noon, Noone, with his surname. And then they said, basically, when people misspell no one, it says Noon knows. And then he was just frustrated because people said, I don't know anything. I'm just a guy named Noon. How come people keep saying Noon knows? Noon knows.
Noon knows. That's funny.
There was this whole thing about he actually embraced it and he went on about I think he even had a website or something like the guy.
Oh really?
Yeah, because of the whole meme.
The other thing that he sent that I thought was pretty cool, which I want to print. In fact, I have a plan to print this week, all of them, because he knew that we liked Tokyo. This is a free, by the way, file. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
It's a map of Japan, detailed 3D map. And it actually has several pieces to it. There's actually one
That's nice
of these where it shows the animation or but basically you can switch it out. Oh, there's the video. Look at that. Kind of cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got like Tokyo Tower on there and everything is really clear and pretty good. I would love to do that and then color it using the I have a process I learned that you can overlay for doing overlay coloring. That'd be kind of cool.
Like
but anyway,
yeah,
it's something like that, except it won't bend around it like that. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
But anyway, Godzilla shooting rays like a lighter or something.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. Another thing that he had brought up was, or that he had recommended, was doing a forum. Actually, he's asked me multiple times about this. So I thought, well, and I said, I'm going to bring it up to everyone. To
the Council of Nerds.
See what they think. You know, the idea of being able to communicate with each other as far as members of the community and being able to share things and files and stuff like that for builds or giving recommendations or requesting help with different things. And I'm for that. I just don't know what or where it would.
Well, some people
like,
do a Discord channel, and some forums are.
Which I'm involved in one right now for the. I really hate my hair in this picture. I'm involved in a Discord right now, actually, that involves. In fact, Connor, I think, is the one that set it up. I'm not sure, but he's the one that invited
the Fallout
me to
Discord.
It. So yeah, that's right. You're in it too, James. And it's good because we're able to get information before this upcoming year. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. We could do a Discord. That'd be an easy way to share things, server wise. I own still the URL, yourgeekfix.com. I've thought about putting something there. I haven't put anything there because I honestly just don't know what I want to put there yet. But anyway, so I mean, we do have options that way. These are things that we do know about. But
Or we could do a Patreon and earn something on the sly.
I do have Patreon as well. Actually, okay, there's two things that people ask me about all the time that I will admit
how can we
I
give
don't
you
do
money?
anything with. Well, we have a Patreon. Well, yeah, I wish that was the. No, the main questions are.
How can we get Vinz to shut up?
what can you do with the Patreon? Because I have the Patreon account. We have it in the even in this video. If you look inside the description on all of our podcast videos, it has information for Vinz. It has information for James, and then it has a thing for me and for our channel. And one of those things is we got Patreon is on there, and then also there is a well, this proves that I'm not very involved in it.
Our only
Twitch, our Twitch account.
With my fan.
Which I was talking to doing Twitch by India Bernardo, and I've done nothing with it. But I have the intention of doing some live stream builds or something. I don't know. But anyway, but I mean, they're out there. They have been created. You'll see that they're there. But if you go in and you're like, how come there's nothing there? Well, it's because I haven't done anything in there. And just,
I feel come up. We will ask the community to come up with some tiers. Like, what do they like? What do they want?
Yeah. I do feel, I mean, I'll admit this too. Sometimes I feel like it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to become a thing where I feel like this is
forums are all the work.
But yeah. So I don't know, but at the same time, I mean, throw out your ideas, things that you're thinking of. Also, along the news wise, I mean, we usually do this first recording. We always just kind of talk things that are kind of updates and also related to this channel. Because a lot of things I'm talking about right now are based off of comments. And over this last month, our channel's kind of blown up, and I've had over 1,000 comments. And a lot of those comments relate to things that I'd rather answer once than keep writing the same answers over and over again. So here's some of those answers. Fanhome, it's true. I opened 3 boxes last November, which were the Millennium Falcon, the Back to the Future DeLorean, and then the Enterprise D from Star Trek. And at that point in time too, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it exactly like I've done it before, where every single month I'm going through and adding things. And that's hard because at the same time, one of those videos particularly brought, had over 100,000 views and a lot of new subscribers who subscribe with that purpose. They wanted to be able to watch those kinds of videos. And what I decided to do, one, because of the shipping problem that's going on, but 2, because I decided I didn't know at the time when I last did these. I thought part of my contract with getting those was that I had to do individual videos every single time. I found out actually it's only the first video that they hold me to anything, which allows me to not only do it how I want after that, but also I'm allowed to do third-party things, which I want to use a lot of mods for these. I plan to do that. And then I've decided, because I've now accumulated 4 boxes for each. I'm looking at them across the room. And so I'm going to just do 4 boxes at a time in each video. So that means maybe there'll be a video each month, and it will cover a lot more ground. And kind of go for that way. I also got the new model. In case you didn't see it, I really am excited. Oh yeah, you can't see it yet, which is another thing. So I have to wait until Fanhome gives me permission until they watch the video before I can release it. So I actually filmed a video over a week ago. James and Vinz had access to it, but nobody else.
We did.
Yeah. Special access. But I'm really excited about it because, in case you didn't know, one of the things that they sent me is the Mustang from Gone in 60 Seconds, Eleanor. And the reason why I got so excited about it, and I'm hoping that it is the beginning of something, especially if they're going to do all the other cars, because they already had an Eleanor that was a smaller version. So I'm hoping that, like the other ones that were smaller versions, like the Back to the Future car, like the Ecto 1, that they're going to now be releasing them in 1/6 scale. This one I just started building is 1/6 scale. I don't know if you guys got to see the size of it, but the front of the car was almost the width of my shoulders. Like, it was huge. And so I'm just really excited about something I can actually put figures into, because I don't have, it seems like every car I seem to get lately from whatever company and build, or I put together, or I modify, I can't fit a figure inside. And
Good
so,
thing you're building a new house then, Jeremy, with this 6
I know,
car.
right? I am going to be selling off a lot of stuff. Actually, that's part of this next little piece I'm going to get into too. But at the same time, and giving away a bunch of stuff. But also, same thing with
the fireman calendar.
Yeah. that's for the OnlyFans.
Sorry.
No, I also got a cutter that I did release a video on recently. These things kind of show up too at times when I've already got a million other things going on, but I released that I was also excited about. I wasn't so much, I mean, the cutter's great, and it's great. I was actually surprised at how great it is, quite frankly, compared to the ones that were much more money. In fact, my first cutter I paid for, and it was a lot of money. And this thing does more than what my first one did, only a year from the year before. But the point of it is, the thing I'm also really excited about, and a major change I'm planning on doing on this channel, and I'm going to encourage whoever else out there does similar things, is when I first started this channel, my whole point was I want to make things that people would realistically be able to make, because I always got frustrated with the fact that I would watch these videos and they'd have these tools, and it's like, well, that's nice and all, but I don't have that. It's like a lot of Adam Savage's videos. It's like I don't have to build this with
my 10-ton lathe.
Yeah, it's like, sure. I mean, okay, I can't do that. Right. And and it always bugs me when people do write me and they're like, well, even with those efforts of trying to wait until things became more accessible. So I didn't do 3D printing for the first year, I think it was, because people were like, I don't have a 3D printer. I don't know where I can get one. Well, now everybody really has, I think, either has access, or you can get a nice, surprised to say, I have actually 2 3D printers I got for free not too long ago. Not like given to me, but because, I mean, like, that's just how it works. Like, you go on the site and I got it for free. And they're cheap, but they're slow, but they get the job done, and they do actually a pretty good job. So
I build my miniatures with these kind of things, like this is all the tools I have. Like,
oh yeah, look at that little tiny wrench. That's pretty good.
When I'm building Gundams, like, I need that stuff.
Yeah, I had to show you I'll show you one of my.
This is what you need for your nipper,
that's
nippers.
Pretty good.
Model nippers like this. This is what I use.
Tiny ones,
This is all I've got.
Oh wow!
Is that your dancing pole?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I've got.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hey, I mean, the thing to me was the reason why I got excited about that video and also about all this is that I think all the tools, even the vinyl cutters, I wouldn't recommend getting a Cricut. I do like my Cricut, but I got it before they started putting a subscription on it, and you basically can't.
They reneged. They stopped it.
Oh, they did. Period. I think they didn't. No.
I have a Cricut Joy, like the small one, and you can just do it. They went back on that.
When did you? But did you get it before they went back on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So anyone, you and I, we're grandfathered in.
Okay.
Anyone that buys it new, you're limited on how many cuts you get.
Oh, really?
Unless you pay for it. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I thought they stopped that because of the backlash, though.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Yep. It's those darn French. So, I don't know. I mean, if they did, then I apologize to Cricut. But quite frankly, but at the same time, there's plenty that are out there that I've looked at even recently. Super cheap. I mean, the tools now, it's not a thing where you have to go someplace or spend, a large amount of money to do making anymore.
No. I mean, I use this to cut my vinyl.
So. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to go. Or just your toenails. That's
Those hairs.
we and we are getting a little bit of also, I will say, like Fanhome recently. I'll tell you guys in advance. I got paid $100 for opening up the first box.
Whoa, big spender.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
just for opening a box. I wish I could get.
It's a little bit of money. I mean, it's not.
With little cutters.
Yeah. Cutting costs.
But at the same time, it's.
But what frustrates me the most is that Fanhome doesn't support new subscriptions for the Ecto 1.
There's a reason for that.
Because
Same reason why they're not sending it to me.
Yeah, because they're still in the in the containers going through Africa, I guess. Past Africa.
and they're revamping it.
So okay.
It's gonna be a new model for anyone that gets it from here out.
New
They're gonna be
model.
haunted.
Yeah, it's gonna be haunted. That's it. They got this lady that like
they're still sacrificing children to make it haunted.
Right. Just to make it good.
Made with love.
Yeah. That's right.
6+.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that piece. The other thing I want to mention is that I've mentioned this before. We do all these recordings all at once, like 4 to 5 at a time.
Yeah.
So, this week you've got the new, the Fallout series is coming out. No, I wasn't one of the people that was lucky enough, although somebody that's going to come on a show did get to go. She's just recently admitted to that because they were actually on an embargo. They weren't allowed to share the fact that before they sent them to the Philly in Texas, they sent them to California to watch the movie or watch the first 2 episodes. And everybody that's seen it, a lot of big time, YouTubers I've watched for years related to Fallout, all said that they were surprised at how much they try to stick to the detail and stick to the lore and everything else. And anything that they saw was like minor things, they feel like they're going to work out. Yeah, well, yeah. This is what you're going to write. No, they're very excited about it, actually. And they've all ordered, their all their props and things like that they want to get because they've seen the show now.
Yeah,
but on the
ready,
flip side,
man. I've got my general issue slippers.
Yeah, are you? That's right. They look good. How much did you say they are?
Oh, they were very expensive, but I got them on a discount. I mean, they're like $40-$50 or something if you buy them like at retail.
That's not too bad for slippers, though. I mean,
they're not used, by the way, just in case people were wondering.
But at the same time, that's not too bad. I mean, there's definitely, that's not too bad for slippers. Right. I know it sounds like a lot, but
we're
look at the fabric.
Opening boxes.
it looks like TJ Maxx level. I was at TJ Maxx the other day. They had them for 30 that looked kind of like that. So that doesn't sound too out of control. Although that's on discount though, right? That was after your discount.
Yeah, sometimes the Bethesda store does a lot of discount, and they go for $10 or $15 or something.
Oh well, yeah. Sometimes what I miss is the Fallout stuff at, like I said before, at GameStop. Yeah. You go to GameStop and they just clear things out for cheap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Very nice.
I got that when I was in America.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Ages ago.
I mean, we won't be able to. So we're going to do 3 episodes or 4 episodes. People are going to watch and they're going to be like, how come nobody's bringing up or has talked about or reviewing how the Fallout series was?
I think it sucks.
Well, I think it's great.
It sucks.
The reason is because we haven't seen it. So, I mean, So just be aware.
Now we can do it with the edit, like saying, "Oh, I loved it. It was great." Now, whatever result.
Well, and I can't share. I mean, these guys know. Also, because I don't want to jinx it. Before the next time that we'll sit down and meet, I'll have been involved in something else in relation to all this stuff.
Jeremy's gonna fire a nuke if we reach 2,000.
That's the idea. You get me to that number. Oh, we do. Okay, yeah. But at the same time, I want to jump ahead. But at the same time, so all that I can say is that it is related to the Pip-boy that we reviewed. I can't tell you what I know now. I saw what's funny enough is not that Pip-boy, but still. But I will say the only things I'll say is this: 1, if you put in your pre-order for the Pip-boy, then man, there's too much news to cover. Every time I start talking, I'm like, oh, I should mention that too. Should we tell them?
Mark 5.
That's right. Yeah. If you haven't seen our shorts about it, we got to name the new Pip-boy. Literally, the story is pretty short and sweet. After we spent so long talking to Chris, I think it was even like 2 to 3. It might have even been a week. No, it was a few days later. I started to do editing, but I had to go back to Vegas. So I also told Chris, I'm not going to be able to finish this until I get back from Vegas. So I'll just do some shorts. So we released some shorts, and I'm releasing the shorts, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this called? Like, all the Pip-Boys have names. We know the difference between every Pip-Boy that's ever been.
Yeah, mine's called Gary.
Right, this one's called
Gary.
It's Bob, so
Gary,
you can spell it the same both ways. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, what's the name of this? So I sent Chris a text and said, hey, by the way, what is the name of this? And if they haven't named it yet, here's a couple of names that I think would be good, and here's why. And then he's like, yeah, I don't know either. Now that I think about it, and it'd been months that they had been working with them by that point. Yeah. He's like, I don't know either. He's like, here's some names I think, which I actually liked. I liked his names and your name, Vinz. Not just your name, Vinz, but Vinz came up with the Pip-Boy
the Vinz
Prime.
Boy.
Yeah, the Vinz Boy.
The Vinz Boy.
The Pip-Boy Prime, which was on the nose, was what a lot of people wrote me in the comments. That's a little too on the nose.
People were concerned about the fact that they didn't spend that much effort on the series if they didn't even come up with a name for their Pip-Boy.
I think for the series itself, I think it was because they decided to go general and they just called it the Pip-Boy. Now remember, this is series 1. And there's a lot of stuff from this show, from what I've heard from as far as Todd goes, this is going to be related to the upcoming games. So that makes
Horse
a lore,
Armor
right?
DLC.
So we needed something that had a name in it. There you go. But at the same time, so we threw out some names. One of the ones that Chris came up with was the Pip-Boy 3500. Or no, yeah, was that a 3500? Yeah. And then the Pip-Boy 3000 version 4.1 or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But at any rate, and then he sent it off to Amazon to Drew, is the guy at, I don't know if I'm supposed to share that. the guy that's tied into the he's the guy in charge of everything production wise for Fallout
production. Gary.
And he came back and he said that the decision was made, and that Amazon was officially accepting the name Pip-Boy 3000 version.
Now we get all the merch for free, right?
That's right. Yeah. No.
Use your
Mark 5
at the Bethesda store to get.
But we did get a name. The best part is actually, this part's funny. So I when he sent me back and he told me that the news, I immediately wrote back to Chris and I'm like, hey,
Chris was just on a yacht with Elon Musk.
Does this mean? Yeah. So I said, oh, here it is. Oh man, I'm losing my vision.
So we also got to name the new spaceship called Spaceship
for Starfield. He said, "Oh, so I wrote him and it was just like so that means that they accepted the name that I submitted." Then and I was like, "That's the one I submitted." I said, "So does that mean like is that it, or did I just happen to guess it?" And he said, "No, that was they accepted yours." And I said, "So can I tell people that?" And his response was, "Oh, sure can, champ." So there you go. But anyway, so that's our involvement in Fallout.
Yeah, so in Fallout it's going to be like creative director Jeremy from
Geek. There you go. Now there's some things now that I think about, I haven't told you guys everything. So
wow.
And and at the same time I'm still going to speak in code. So if you pre-bought your Pip-Boy 3000 Mark V, which is important for the packaging.
Okay.
Then you're going to be pleasantly surprised because it's going to do a lot of things that we never discussed, and some of which was even, I think, influenced by some of the comments. But I will just say that it is everything that you could possibly want.
So it plays our podcast to repeat.
It can freeze time.
Oh yeah,
it has a VATS mode.
I could use one if I go to the toilet.
Yeah. For those that are out there that are being critical, I think it's going to be hilarious though, because there's a lot of people that are trying to just be punky about it, and they're like, "This is going to be a piece of crap" and stuff. And then by the time they actually see it, and everybody is showing theirs off, they won't be able to get it.
and their Pip-Boys as well, and their Pip-Boys.
Yeah. That's right. They won't get anything. But on the flip side,
But the thing is, can we get an audio cameo in there then? If it's everything we ever
on
wanted
the Pip-boy itself or in the in the show?
Yeah, we will do an audio call.
Maybe we keep pushing on things.
Fix.
Yeah.
I think if they had a moment in the show where like the terminal cup comes up and like our names were in like some sort of text on the terminal,
wouldn't that be cool? That would be cool. Yeah, probably never going to happen, but it would be cool just to have some more involvement. If we can get our views up enough, maybe we'll get invited to stuff in the future. But on the flip side, the other piece I'm going to tell you is I am going to be seeing. There's 5 now. There's 4 prototypes and a fully working version that Chris has. I'm going to have my hands on them next month, around the 12th of May, and in California, and that's all the more that I can say about it. It will be very exciting. I will say this too, is that when I started this channel, I had a goal in mind that was unrealistic, and I'm basically going to be achieving that goal next month. At least that's the plan. So, at any rate, so again, don't want to jinx it, but at the same time.
So what else is in California?
I don't know. He actually said it in the interview, but at the same time, I'm not going to openly announce it. But yeah, very exciting. So pretty exciting stuff. But speaking of Pip-boys,
Jeremy, you should get that Pip-boy tested.
That's right. I'm going to edit that part out. I will share some video with you here because there is something. Speaking of working Pip-boys,
all right.
So also this last month, an individual by the name of John Baird. I got to double check what the name of his channel is. Are we aware of this? His name on YouTube is PopTop89.
All right.
And he released a video this last month called "I Built a Working Pip-boy." His project log, and he goes through and shows how he did that and kind of what his final version kind of looked like. Can you guys see the screen?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
So he did this with a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
It's technically. But he did this with obviously there's a bit of wiring that you can see there, which was my initial criticism would have been that
a little bit. It does an afro.
But it has a few wires. But at the same time, all of his knobs work, and the buttons work on the front.
So it's good to control everything.
And so,
test time.
But he had to add a couple of buttons, I think, in order to. Yeah. The downside to the Pip-boy 2000 is it doesn't have enough knobs to really justify how things work. Which Nate even told me. He's like, yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not really designed to do everything it does. This other thing, you turn the knob and it does like 80 billion things, and it's like, how did you get that arrow to go over there in the game? But at the same time, yeah, he designed this, and yeah, there had to be a lot of external stuff initially, but now he sent me some updated things. Let me see if I can click through these or not. He's able to control volume and everything that's coming in. He has the screen stuff, but as you can see from the final version, you see that he's cleaned up all that wiring. So I don't know where it all went, but he said, he also found it was getting caught on things and pulling apart and stuff. So he did clean that up. And
is that a Nuka-Cola cap on
the knob on the side, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? I mean, I think even before the way that he had it set up, one of the things I liked about it was it does look like if you're out in the wasteland and you're trying to keep this thing working, you're going to have to continually be building onto it. And with the technology of that time, it would look more... Right.
He has a 100 repair skill.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go. So I mean, like I thought it's pretty good. He said that the updates are so he has the Raspberry OS underneath the. Now he went with two people's videos. He went with my video for kind of part of it. I think the only thing he really used from mine in the end was like the screen, the magnifying screen.
Oh yeah.
but and then kind of the general premise, like it got him excited, and he started kind of thinking in that direction. But he wanted it to work in a certain way, so so he went with the Pi game interface from Zap Wizard, and for the computing piece, original Fallout and Fallout 2 could run through DOSBox, though it's a little slow. Bluetooth speaker through those adapter boards, and he also got off of Amazon, and a hardwired speaker for the Raspberry Pi to prevent connection issues. He still has some things he wants to do, like some more weathering and things like that, improving the knobs. I like we said, I like the Nuka-Cola knob, and then replacing the touch screen, because it stopped working, I guess, initially, and just to increase the compatibility with Prime OS. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I think. And so, at any rate, that's some things that I got submitted from other people in our community. The other thing I want to mention is at the end of this week as well, in conjunction with the release of the new series, you guys know what else Amazon is going to have available? So anyone with Amazon Prime will be able to get a copy of not just the original Fallout, which was what they originally gave. I think that was a month ago that they started giving a free download of.
Might be US only though.
And now it's Fallout 76 will be available to anyone with a Prime account as of the day of the release, and or the original release date. I can't remember. And
I think they did that before as well, though.
Well, could you before for the 76, or was it just?
It was cheap as dirt anyway.
76 before.
Yeah, that's true. But still, for those of you out there that are like, it is what it is. Yeah, it's all good.
I've still got it pending on Steam.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's funny. I
got it.
I would,
but I actually went through the whole end game. It's a really cool game. I didn't go in there
with the people, or like before the Wastelanders update.
I don't play with people. I just do my own thing.
Nice.
No.
That's his rules in general.
They had the Wastelanders NPC update.
Oh yeah. There was the Wastelanders update. I think that's the one I got in. Right. It's more fun. It's more fun that way. It's basically a Fallout game with a lot more stuff in it, and you can build your own camp, which is fun.
And multiplayer, obviously.
Yeah, but it's very instanced, or even if you don't want to meet people, you won't meet people, basically.
Yeah. Right.
So if there's like events, you can go on hotspot, like a bit like Halo. You go on hotspot, you can join the event when you're there, and then basically everybody gets instance loot and all that kind of stuff. It's not that very. And it's really cool. I mean, the story is great. There's some fun things to be done in Appalachia, and. I think a lot more stuff came out now, but I had a good time playing it for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. I recreated the real life version of that. And in order to do it, I actually had to go into the game and then screen cap a bunch of things. If you saw the end of the Fallout 3 video, the one where I get eaten, that's not really the in-game stuff. I went in-game, and then I went into the real-life version of those, replicated them, and that's why it looks like it's really moving. The clouds are rolling across and stuff like that. Yeah, so we try to make it the real-life version of 76, yeah. But it was fun, though, and I still have those video files for when I need them, but at the same time, I thought it was fun. I think
maybe we could hook up and play some 76 together.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, we should try and do that. I'd be all for that. I said I tried to play a couple of the older games just recently just to get things, and I found that it's surprising how I guess it has been like a lot of years since I actually played those individual games. Like you don't realize how long ago it was until you get in there and you're like, oh.
Well, Fallout 3
came out in 2008,
I think.
Yeah, I
did it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I basically bought it sight unseen when I saw the tin, but it was too expensive. So I just bought I think a digital copy or something, and then some dude just sold it for like half the price because he didn't like the game. I'm like, I'll get the bobblehead and lunchbox and everything.
Well, yeah, that was at the time when it was really struggling.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
also, I don't
76.
know.
I mean, I got the collector's edition because there was a scratch on the little box. It was like 120 euros with the full power armor helmet and everything in it.
Oh wow, really?
It
had the power armor helmet.
The canvas bag.
Is this the one that came with the Nuka-Cola one, or is this the one that was stinky, or the?
No, it's the actual the silver gray one.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want the Nuka-Cola one, but I know it smells. You have to do stuff to it. Well, that's yeah. So we're going to talk more about the stuff that we've been doing lately, but at the same time, I want to make sure that we touch base on what's going on this week, plus the things that you guys have sent, because I keep getting messages. I know I've had a million messages on, well, when is this coming out? People think sometimes that I forget, and it's not that I forgot. It's just we haven't caught up and recorded yet. So anyway, but that's the plan, and
soon.
hoping this actually comes out this week.
It'll be there soon. Just be patient.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yep.
If you've enjoyed this podcast and want more, stay tuned for that. But also check out our channel, join the community on YouTube that goes by the same name, Your Geek Fix. Be sure to check out Vinz on Twitter at massivedmg_ and on his YouTube channel, massivedmg. Check out James at Mr. Malto4 on Instagram and the Replica Prop Forum. We also want to hear from you, so be sure to send your questions, stories, and other projects to yourgeekfix@gmail.com. In the meantime, this has been your Geek Fix.